Namaste, Guten Tag, good morning, good day, buenos dias, buongiorno, and welcome and hello from Germany, Berlin. Well, of course, Germany is famous all over the world for its autobahns and its fast cars, and the currywurst, and also the Oktoberfest and various types of beers. But there's also something which is relevant for the common man who doesn't drive cars and who is a vegetarian. And this awesome thing that Germany also has to offer is the German bread. So you've got different, in fact, over a few hundred varieties of German bread, and all of these are really tasty ones. Now that was for the good part. The sad part is, and I realized this while watching a few documentaries in the past few weeks, that every year around 18 million tons, yeah, that's right, 18 million tons of bread is wasted or has to be thrown away because according to health regulations or safety regulations, you're not allowed to use it further. And that's where I thought maybe we can use the wisdom from some of the Indian cooking techniques and apply them to the German cuisine so that we can make use of this bread. At least as far as possible, whatever we can do from home, from a domestic perspective to reduce this waste, we should be able to do. And that's the aim today. So I'll introduce you to a few of the basic spices that we need for this, and then we'll move on to making this bread. It's called Fodni-cha bread. It's from my local region, Maharashtra, and Fodni is this basic technique of adding some spices to hot oil and then adding your ingredients to it. So let's get along with the spices. So let's begin with brown mustard. In most of the Indian kitchens, you'll find brown mustard. In Germany, you have the yellowish type of mustard. If you have that at home, that's also fine. Here you've got the darker one. These are the cumin seeds. So in German, that'll be Kreuzkümmel. And today I'm just going to add a few of the sesame seeds as well, just to give it some additional mixed sweetish type of flavor. Very important, we are going to add turmeric or kurkuma in German. Now this is a very versatile spice because it's got a great number of benefits. You can just look it up on the internet, but in this case, it's the main thing we would like to have is its disinfectant property. We're going to add some grated desiccated coconut. These are dried flakes, you can see them, and you get them in any supermarket over here. So we're going to add that. Something that's slightly different and we don't get everywhere, these are what are known as curry leaves. They have an amazing aroma and taste. If you don't get the fresh variety, then you'll get them in the Asian supermarkets or Indian supermarkets as the dried variety. The last thing we are going to add is what is known as devil's dung. And it's in German, it would be called Teufelsdreck. The scientific name is, or the commonly used name is Asafoetida. And it's a yellowish to a brownish powder. Now, this has got a very, very strong odor. And the reason we are adding it is it's got many medicinal benefits as well. But often, especially for those of you who are sensitive towards or allergic even, or intolerant towards onion and garlic, you just need to add a small pinch of this and you'll get an awesome taste. Don't go by the raw smell of it. When you add it to hot oil, it's going to have a completely different flavor and taste. So that's why we are going to add that. And towards the end, we are going to garnish with some cilantro or coriander. And in the process, we are also going to add the spring onions today. So let's get back to the bread. Now this is really dried and hard bread. I mean, you can actually hear how hard this is. And we need to get it into a workable fashion so that we can eat it comfortably. And the simple trick to do that is to just dip that hard bread in. I've taken hot water from the tap. So I'm just going to dip it and leave that bread aside for a while. It's going to soak the moisture and it's going to become soft. Okay. Now, having done that, you can see that it breaks much more easily. And in order to make it further edible, I'm just going to add it to this blender, which I have anyway, and I'm going to make it into a nice workable powder or a mixture. So we've put it into the blender now, and after having passed it through the blender, you can see that it's a very comfortable and soft paste, or a powdery structure that we can very well use in our cooking now. So we'll keep this aside and we'll get along with the cooking. So we've put on the flame over here, and we've got a frying pan and we've added some oil to it. You can add any oil that you have, any domestic oil. And while that's getting hot, we need to wait till it gets to its flash point. We are going to just chop. So those of you who like it a bit spicy, we're just going to add 1 chili. Now these are really spicy chilies. If you want the chili flavor but not the intensity of the spice, what you can do is you can remove the seeds like this. Okay, if you remove the seeds from the chili, that's going to be fine. So we'll use that. And now the oil is hot over here, so I'm going to quickly start adding all the spices and the ingredients. Okay. So we first start with the mustard seeds. As you can see, they have started spluttering. That's important. So we've added the cumin seeds and the sesame seeds as well. Then we'll add the curry leaves. The onions and the chili. So let's just saute that for a while, maybe 10-15 seconds. Now I'm going to add the turmeric to this. I wish you could get the smell of what I'm doing here. So this is the asafoetida. I'm going to add a very small pinch of it. That's enough. Okay, so this basic oil spice mixture, the Fodni, is ready. And to that, we are going to add the mixture of the pulverized bread. So we're just stirring it now, and the whole bread mixture is getting well mixed with the spices that we had prepared. What we can do is just add a dash of water or moisture to it, so that it still has a very soft consistency once we are done with it. And after this, let's just reduce the flame and keep it covered for, let's say, 2-3 minutes. And in the meantime, we can just work on finishing the garnishing. We are going to add cilantro or coriander. That's a very standard spice in the Indian cuisine. In German cuisines or in Europe, if you want to add parsley or any of your other spices, you can feel free to do the same too. The important thing is that you chop the coriander fine so that the flavors and the aromas of coriander really come out well. Okay. If you're not comfortable using a knife while cutting it, you can even chop it using a pair of scissors. But the important thing is to get it really finely chopped so that we get the full flavor of it. So the coriander is done. You can see that the moisture started evaporating here. Our mixture is pretty much ready. We'll add the coriander and I'm going to just add these grated coconut flakes. So maybe one more thing just to give it a slightly tangy flavor, that's going to be a dash of lime. So this is the lime, lemon. Just squeeze a slice of lemon into it. You can add all that according to your taste, depending on what your bread was in terms of the salt content of it. You could add a pinch of salt to it, or if you want it on a slightly sweeter tinge, you can even add half a spoon of sugar or something into it. Okay, so this looks pretty much good and done. You can see that the original bread color is gone. The turmeric color has taken over, and now this looks like a really delicious dish that I'm very eager to start tasting. So this is the dish. It's ready. We've got this dash of lime and the desiccated coconut on it as garnishing. Since the proof of the pudding is in the eating, let's go for it. Awesome. One can't imagine that dried bread could taste something like this. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this and got some inspiration to try out some new things. Please do follow us on Instagram or any of the other social media. I'll put up my email address and my contacts. And if you have any such ideas where you would like to exchange your thoughts on how to go about with certain dishes, then do let me know. I'm always eager to have a chat on that. Bye bye. And thanks for watching again. Bye.